Hey everybody, good morning.
Hey folks, how we doing?
Radio. Alrighty. I need to turn this down. You've got your headphones up just a touch high for my preference. Oh yes, in fact you have the max. Yes. Alrighty. Hey Wendy. If you find any bodies, no you didn't. I love it. For context, and to not frighten anybody coming into the top of the stream, Wendy is having construction stuff happening in her backyard where it has been discovered that there is 7-inch thick concrete for some inexplicable reason.
I'm sure it's fine, and it's definitely not the lost desperate attempt of a ragged offshoot of the Vatican to contain a deathless evil.
It would have to be an awfully small deathless evil without a lot of, radiation effect if it's over Wendy's house.
Xander, don't mock the fear demon.
That was a deep cut. Thank you very much for that.
What we do.
Behold, my ex-patio! Digging it. So, hello! Good morning, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
I hope you're all well. I had a fabulous day yesterday because I unplugged. I had no devices yesterday. So I did some cooking, and I've started the phenomenal Simon Jimenez, The Spear Cuts Through Water, and I've absorbed half of it, and I'm like, maybe I could just do that again today.
And she might.
I might.
She
I
just
might very
might.
well. I did a whole bunch of non-digital list building and putzing around and arranging of things, and an extensive skincare routine, and I prepped a new cross stitch that I can play while we continue watching TV in the evenings. It's very lovely. The builder has promised me I can have a go on the digger if I'm a very good girl. That sounds amazing. Ask him if he can play basketball. Tell him to set up some big rubber tires that you can scoop a basketball into or something. I
didn't really do anything yesterday, and then I got to the end of the day and realized I'd listened to the entirety of 2 podcasts and read a book. So, yeah. Just a heads up, folks, that there will be capitalism occurring and that the ad break will be running here at the top of the stream. So we won't be starting for a couple minutes yet, but that's fine. If you're hearing us, come on in, settle in, take a break, all those good things. Hello, Lazy Kiwi. We are taking our time getting started as capitalism occurs in the background. And coffee is consumed, because to have to make and serve people coffee before one has had coffee is kind of cruel. How dare.
I'm kind of like, I really hope the save so we don't have to repeat a day, but I'm like, but if I have to repeat a day, it would be the day with Dooley and McQueen, and that would be a good day, or at least a part of a day, to have to repeat. So, there we go. We'll see what happens in 2 minutes and 3 seconds, according to this. Sorry. Yeah, yesterday was really nice.
Slept for 10 hours.
I've done that a couple days in a row now. It's absolutely restorative, which is good.
4 hours more than I normally get.
Monday and Tuesday are going to be very brutal for me, and then Wednesday, Thursday should be about average, and then Friday, we're out of here. Road trip! I've seen that in the VOD. That was such an amazing moment, right? It was phenomenal. I would not be disappointed if we had to repeat it.
Boy, Coffee Wizard!
Boy, Coffee Wizard! Has been said a great deal in this household this week. Yes, very much so. I've still got peach juice stains under my fingernails. It's very annoying. But that...
Or counterpoint, delicious.
I mean, it is both things. I have peach juice under my fingernails, and we have a delicious peach cobbler, both. I'm surprised it survived the night, to be honest.
Almost didn't. You'll notice when you see it, the crust has a couple of points which look like they're quite serious structural weaknesses.
Oh dear.
So I stepped up.
That's very kind of you to address all of those deep structural
I know. I was just architecting it all up in there.
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Very noble.
Your sacrifice is duly appreciated. Duly.
Boy, Coffee Wizard.
Thank you. Okay, we've gone full circle now.
Anytime that line, I just see him waving like a 5-year-old
Right.
as they're leaving, like from the elbow.
Exactly. Oh, stop falling asleep on me, computer. I changed your power settings. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Hang on a second. While we have a minute, I'm going to see if I can adjust my power settings again.
You know how sometimes there's a particular line delivery, and the line itself is nothing, but it's delivered so well it just kills you? There's a moment early in Free Guy, which is one of those movies which is about 850,000% better than you think it is, where Ryan Reynolds has a single word, and that word is why, and it is delivered so well. There's like 1,000 words behind it, and that moment in the Dooley and McQueen scene where Dooley has that line about, yeah, turns out we should have just arrested the guy in the cab instead of taking it all the way to Seattle, and McQueen responds with, why? I hear just like that.
Oh, in the Ryan Reynolds voice?
Yeah.
Yes, nice. Alrighty, I think we are back from capitalism, so...
Hello, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Good morning.
Ungodly hour.
Good ungodly hour to you, too. I hope you're well. I've been thinking about your kitchen a lot this week, Laura.
Covetously.
Still have kitchen envy. I'm gonna have kitchen envy for quite a while.
That is the one TV program that I would watch that blockheaded asshole in. Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Envy, where he just rocks up to someone else's kitchen and goes, oh, this is really nice, and just appreciates it and then fucks off.
I can do that on Pinterest and not have to involve Gordon Ramsay in the slightest. I am such a super genius, you know?
Wile E. Coyote. Super genius.
Right, so let's see where we left off.
Previously.
Continue. Hopefully it's not going to repeat something we've already done.
This is exactly where we left off.
Excellent! I'm pleased. Right. Well, okay, I'm slightly pleased. I can't help. I was hoping we'd have to see Dooley McQueen again. Kitties have been greeted and they are enjoying the outside before it gets horridly hot. Oh, that sounds nice. We're expecting rain this afternoon off and on, and we're trying to decide whether that means we're going to go for our walk in a very retail manner.
Around IKEA.
IKEA. All right. Well, remind me what had happened up until this point.
Dooley and McQueen gave Georgie the pep talk he needed to hopefully solve the mysterious case of the possibly murdered vandal. Lucas and Riona are kind of figuring out how to work together.
Thank you.
Rachel pops up periodically and is trying to figure out bits about her career. Hyde has all but admitted he's Rembrandt and has also basically said, so you're just like me, right? And you're like, so would you like another drink then?
Yeah, that's right. And then he took off. And now Miss Rona shut up. Hi, Miss Rona. Hello. How's the traffic out there? It's a mess. There's a construction taking place on Leonora Avenue. Oof. I can already imagine the gridlock. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. That's great. I'm happy you've decided to stop by. Anything I can make for you tonight? I'd like something for my throat. A cup of tea infused with some lemon and a touch of honey. So, just plain old tea, or does she want anything special?
I'm just checking for you. What day are we on?
I don't know. Let's check Facebook and see if it tells us. It is Thursday, September 28th.
Thursday, September 28th. Thanks, Facebook. That is literally the one fucking thing you are useful for. Yes,
Tea with honey and lemon.
Yeah, it's tea, lemon, and honey. That's it. And it looks really pretty, like all the things on this game.
Midsummer Night... Oh my god. Seriously going to serve tea to a banshee named Midsummer Night's Dream? Wow, okay.
Finergy.
Yes, you say Finergy, I say on the nose. It is very pretty. There we go. Fine. Here we go. A cup of warm Midsummer Night's Dream for you. Or at least that's what I call it. How whimsical. It's wonderful. Sweet, but well balanced with lemon, and the slight bitterness of the tea is very complete. Thank you. You're very welcome. By the way, you just missed Officer Georgie. Oh, is that so? How is he? I think he's been thinking quite a bit about what you said. Oh? Well, he's dealing with plenty of clues that he isn't used to, which is why I think he's currently hard at work. Oh, that's just the new beverage coming in.
Yeah, I kind of love that Georgie's entire plot through this one is, I'm doing a police and it's really hard.
Because they have French horn. Lucas! Stop with the dad jokes!
11,122 likes. He walks amongst his people.
Dad jokes. What did she say? No deliveries delay will resume tomorrow.
Wendy, if you haven't seen it yet, there is an animated movie called The Bad Guys, which is firstly wonderful because it's basically furry leverage, and secondly because guinea pigs are a very important part of the plot. I mean, very important.
I see. Would you mind doing me a favor? What do you need? Could you give him my contact information? We only connected on Bluetooth last time, so... Oh! An email address and phone number written on it, belonging to Riona Sheeran. There we go. What I said a few days ago may have been a bit overwhelming, and it's possible that I spoke more than was necessary. But because I couldn't help feel a pang of bitterness knowing what had happened to the tree. I mean, that seems entirely understandable to me. But it's not my intention to interfere with his work. As such, if he requires any assistance, please do let me know. It's the least I can do, as I realize there would be plenty of difficulty obtaining information. Oh, I mean because Officer Georgie's human, and we semi-physical beings have our own way of sharing information. I understand what you mean. Okay. I just don't wish to incriminate anything or anyone. It's fine. I understand. I'm glad. Ta-da! What was that? The fact that there was a thunder crack and then it just moved off screen and came back.
Yeah, something's going on.
I'd say you've already helped him out in more ways than one. Sorry, did you say something? I was zoning out. No, nothing. Don't worry. I'll pass this off to him. Okay, thank you. Is she talking to somebody in the storm? You're welcome. Bad traffic aside, how are you? And yes, The Bad Guys is phenomenal. You've got the soundtrack on our...
Yes.
Oh, to be honest, I've had a lot on my mind of late.
Hey, Grim.
And I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic. You know I'm all ears. That may actually be part of the problem, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, what? You know. I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I think I have in the past few years. How are you feeling about that? Good thing? Bad thing? It's troubling. Oh. I'm sorry about that. I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. That was my question is too. Normally the camera moves when somebody sits in a chair. Do we have a ghost? It's just... I used to believe that I had a settled life objective, but lately I've been doubting it. How come? I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday. Oh! Any good news? No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who may be of assistance, even though they had no direct connection to the audience I'm trying to reach. You see, she explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however, which I am thankful for. I mean, that's pretty thoughtful of her. So, what's the plan? And why the doubt? In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my wet work. You know, to make myself known. Oh? Sound familiar, doesn't it? You can probably guess my concern about it. Oh, kitty news. After hurting her knee and going through countless vet visits and meds, Sylphie has progressed from hiding in the closet all of the time, to ignoring all the ramps and steps I got her, to jumping on the couch, and then finally this week, after 3 months, resuming her habit of snuggling with me in bed for 10 minutes. Oh, Laura, I'm really glad. I'm kind of annoyed she's annoying the ramps and steps, but, you know, lead a cat to water, etc. I think so, but give me a refresher. Just so I don't misunderstand. I feel that would be a shortcut, so to speak. Right. She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact. And what would that be? Well... Oh. But it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really, really sure the so-called shortcut is 100% gonna work. Because you'll have to do way, way more than just make a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know? Sounds like a pretty good impression of her. Thank you. After that, she told me a story about her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. She figured out the steps after she resumed jumping on the couch. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it's either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. I mean, you're hitting a little close to home here, Riona, just saying. After listening to her explanation, I respect her determination. I could certainly see how it worked out for her, she says, yawning. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting. Right. I mean, I thought what you were describing sounded pretty familiar. You gonna try your suggestion? I don't know. Is it difficult? No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I've come across. And being rejected every single time. But for some reason I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence, although perhaps it was more like a necessity? Did something happen? He was stuck? What?
Oh, Lucas.
Actually, he posted about it on social media last night. She went and got him. I knew she would go and get him. Oh. I might have seen something about that. Did you? I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately. He was... Loud. Okay, so everything normal then? And extremely drunk? Oh, really? He denied it at first, but it was too obvious not to notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly deep in thought and entered Kerry Park without realizing he had done so. Must have been some deep thinking he was doing, because I think it rained pretty hard last night. Well, I wasn't there. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10, which is why I sent him a message informing him of that fact, and he seemed unaware of it. Right. So he called me to ask if there was any other public transit nearby. Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab? He told me he wanted to know the city better. At midnight? Why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself.
I love that there is this subtle little through line in Coffee Talk 2 of people going, oh no, you don't get to call us weird. How'd you make money again?
Yeah, exactly, right? That's kind of the line, everybody. My disbelief only suspends this far, thank you, right? I like that. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he doesn't like drinking. Wasn't it going to parties? Nevertheless, I think something about last night was quite different. It appears he had dinner with his team, and that he needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction. Oh, I see. I'm taking it did go as expected. Perhaps not. A feeling I know all too well. However, he said he will keep negotiating until they reach a compromise. I mean, that's good, right? Is it? Is it though?
Is it though?
Okay, I need a screenshot of that. Sorry. Can we turn off the HUD? Do we know?
I don't know. Do you want me to try and look it up?
That's just the conversation background. I don't know if there's a way to turn off the HUD. Oh no, what's wrong, Ozzy? I'm guessing not. I don't know if it's your phone, Ozzy, so much as it might be Twitch itself. Sometimes the notifications are awful. Don't feel bad about it. We're having a conversation with Riona about how she saw a Facebook post from Lucas about being stuck somewhere and had a conversation with him, and he apparently had been drinking and then went to have a conversation with his team and it didn't go well and he was stuck. That's about as far as we've gotten so far this morning. There's the lightning again. He's in a park that doesn't have public transportation after 10 p.m. and it was midnight when they had this conversation. And it had been raining very hard. And Riona is a Gruber, i.e. Uber, driver. So I have a feeling she's going to tell us she took him home afterwards. Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval from his team for his actions. How can they still be so positive? What do you mean? I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? You don't, I'm saying to you as an artist. But success is not an individualistic action. It is a group action of society, which requires a team. You can individually be talented or not talented, but if your success impinges upon other people giving you money or adoration, then you are at the mercy of others. Whether you like it or not. Can't talent speak for itself? Yes, talent does speak for itself. Discoverability, distribution, merchandising, those things do not speak for themselves. They are the product of labor. Sorry, I'm being a little...
Who wants to make some bacon?
Who in here want to start a riot? Sorry. So we have this tradition where we always find a meme of the year that kind of speaks to the mood that we're trying to go for. Like, one of them was the Taika Waititi, what's her name?
Cate Blanchett.
Set of...
Ragnarok.
My executive level breadwinning wife, me showing her the Lego playset I want. That was one of them. One of them was The Good Place saying, "Hi, shut up, I'm confident now." Last year's was Yelena Belova and Kate Bishop in the elevator in Hawkeye saying, "We're doing a really good job." This year we have decided the meme is Brendan Lee Mulligan as the GM from Dungeons and Drag Queen saying, "We're gonna fuck it up!" So that is very much the energy we are bringing into the year at this point. So that's why I'm going on an artistic diatribe and sipping my cup of coffee. There we go. So yes, talent can speak for itself. Merchandising is the product of labor. But if I truly believe that, with the number of rejections I've received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I? So this is one part imposter syndrome, one part her realizing that the path to stardom she wants is completely unrealistic and isn't going to happen.
And also one part, it's not a meritocracy. And as you know, every creative...
Art? Merit?
Every creative on Earth has had that. Well, if I just work really hard for 50 years, someone will discover me.
It's an overnight success, right?
And as every creative on Earth, no. Just no, that's not how it works.
You gotta find joy in the work, son.
You gotta find joy in the work, son.
Exactly.
But it's exactly, hey.
Ouch. But also true, right? Well, I mean, that's why it doesn't work that way. What do you mean? To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards and the same taste. I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it were standardized, wouldn't it? However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging you at the moment? Hi, have you heard about this thing called meta-narrative and perspective? How does someone like Miss Rachel or Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that?
A brief sidebar, if you will. When I saw Blade Runner for the first time when I was about 12, and it bored the shit out of me. Everything was dark. It was raining all the time. What the fuck? I saw Blade Runner for the second time when I was 18, and I wanted to live inside it, to the point where I believe I rented it around 15 times. And then I saw it again.
Rented?
And then I saw it again.
Did you rewind it before we returned it? Because that's how old we are?
Yes. High five. And then I saw it again around the time I was 35, and I was like, this is a cult movie. My point is this, your perspective shifts. Art is always valid when you interact with it. You will always interact with it differently. Yeah. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
Right. Maybe it's because I don't see it as the be-all and end-all. What do you mean? Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. It's just a matter of perspective about where the power lies. But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before. Therefore, it might be a good idea to try and find out what works for you and maybe even ask for guidance or help when someone offers to help you up that first hill. Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. I mean, Whisper Networks exist for a reason, right?
That's a beautiful metaphor.
I'd always seen it as presenting myself as I'm the best screwdriver you could ever hope for. Oh, you were looking for a hammer, right?
The example I can give you with that is voice acting. I have a very specific range. I have a range, I realize that now, but I have a very specific range. And
your range is broader than you think, but you do have a finite range, like all humans do.
Except
Mel Brooks.
I'm very alright with the fact that, you know, if I'm going up for a spunky 20-year-old, firstly, the writer's never met a spunky 20-year-old, and secondly, I'm probably drunk. And it's... You gotta know what you are and what you're capable of before you can push.
Yep. Jason Statham movies.
Jason Statham movies.
Yep. I see. So. Miss Rona. Yes? Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts. It's okay, I promise. But, speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after you called him? Oh, I picked him up and drove him home. Whoa! But I thought you were in Bellevue! I am. But I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he started singing quite loudly near the end of our call, which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him. I see. That's very nice with you. How was it singing? I mean, it wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is. Whoa! His hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so we had to take it off before getting into my car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through to his shirt, so he was relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet. Aww. I hope he didn't get sick. Aside from all that, was he okay? Considering the situation you mentioned earlier, I mean... Well... He asked me to do karaoke with him, which I declined. Probably for the best. Could have been entertaining, though. Indeed. I ended up taking him for a drive, though, as I had to take care of the rest of my business. A late night delivery? No. I was buying a pie. At midnight? Yes. Why? Concerned you might have a competitor? No, not at all. Maybe? This has been a couple of times there have been references to late night bakery items now. Spin-off game? Another team in the background that they might be collaborating with? Hey, KP. I want a midnight pie. No, I want to make a pie. I made a cobbler yesterday and I have banana bread to make today, but I can make a pie too.
This is lunch time. Me, I'm busy.
You can get the stuff to make a pie tomorrow. No, I don't. I do not have time to make pie Monday or Tuesday. But I can make a pie today. What if I keep what have the stuff I needed to make a pie? I will ponder this. Oh, Brady, you'll be fine. I sort of want to know, just so I can tell Officer Georgie about it. Oh, why? His daughter loves pies. And when his car was vandalized, Georgie had plans to buy pies for his family to get together, but the report took too long and the weather was bad, and by the time he was able to get to a taxi, he thought everything was already closed. Oh, I see. But he takes real pride in being a Seattle native, so I wonder if he knows about it already? Well, it's a very small kiosk attached to a pub. It's very easy to miss. It's known as Disco Pie, and it serves fresh pies until 1 a.m. Disco Pie. Look it up. Is there a game called Disco Pie?
Disco Pie. On it.
Interesting. Good to know. Thanks. Okay, back to the story. You both went for pies, right? Yeah. And that seemed to fascinate him for some reason. What did you get? I had the slice of the warm apple crumble with French vanilla ice cream. A large cup of coffee with a little bit of milk. Ouch. I feel betrayed. Truly. Oh, but it was my suggestion since I thought he needed to warm up. Double ouch. I apologize. Don't worry about it, Olive. Little piece of advice, though. A glass of warm water might be better for the inebriated. Coffee's not the best at retaining fluids and preventing hangovers. Oh, okay. That's really good to know. This is why you're the best barista free. Thank you. Okay. My feelings are now hurt slightly less. Continue. What did you get? I had a slice of hibiscus blueberry mint pie.
Ooh.
And just so you know, I did not order anything to drink. Good! Drinks aside, what an interesting combination for a pie! How did you like it? I enjoyed it. You serve hibiscus here too, don't you? I'll remember to order it next time. Please do! And so we continued our conversation. That's where he told me he'd not given up his goal despite the many disappointments he'd encountered with his team. He also told me why he doesn't drive. Really? Why? It's, Oh, on second thought, it might be better to hear the story directly from him another time. I apologize. I mean, it's his story, I understand. We also discussed quite a few things we have in common. Oh, really? Yeah, surprisingly. Before we knew it, it was 5 a.m. That must have been a great conversation. I'm not sure. However, his exhaustion seemed to finally catch up with him then, so I drove him home. I mean, weren't you tired as well? Oh, no. I should go. Alright, will you be okay? I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, Bree. No problem at all, anytime.
Yeah, Ozzy, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
What?
The reason Lucas doesn't drive is the same reason Stella doesn't drive.
I don't remember why Stella doesn't drive.
Horrible car accident.
Oh, okay. Naomi, good morning.
Good morning, Naomi.
Come back again soon, Miss Rana. And take your ghost with you.
Naomi, how are you doing?
Sweet and memorable, like summertime blues. Ain't no cure for the... Anyway. In fact, this might be a very good time to go ahead and engage in the capitalism. Can't talk, but other than that, it's alright. Oh no, you lost your voice. If you have a sore throat, then lots of tea with honey and lemon. Right, let us engage in capitalism for a few minutes, folks. Sorry, Naomi, for the timing. I could use a refill on my cup of coffee. And if you have not had a little wiggle since we started about half an hour ago, oh, you got your tonsils out. Oh, okay, all the popsicles for you.
Yeah.
All the popsicles in the world. Not ice cream. Yeah, dairy. Dairy on an open sore in your throat's not the greatest. Popsicles. Ice. Yeah. I mean, if they tell you to eat ice cream, then eat ice cream, fine. But I didn't get ice cream when I got my tonsils out, but I got popsicles. There we go. So, right. While capitalism has its inexorable 3 minutes, why don't everybody go take a stretch? Maybe you need a popsicle. Maybe somebody in your household needs a snack, including you, or a drink of water, or hasn't taken some medications yet. And we will be back in just a couple of minutes. It's actually not all that empty, but it's cold, so... I'm at half. Hang on. Give me a minute. Would you want help? Yeah, necking cold coffee. That's exactly what I like to do. If you would fill that up, that would be lovely. Thank you. I do not want this. Click here to unsubscribe. I do not need to know that there have been... Don't send me emails from forums. That's stupid. I do not wish to receive such things. Not the junk in my inbox. I had a legitimate fear of cherry vanilla ice cream for the next 10 years. Laura says, when I got my tonsils out as a kid, I sweet-talked the nurses into getting me ice cream, but it was cherry vanilla, and the cherries were frozen solid and had sharp edges. I had a legitimate fear of cherry vanilla ice cream for the next 10 years. Cherry vanilla ice cream doesn't sound like the sort of thing I would like just in general, but that is a legitimate fear. Yeah, I might have to do some sort of unlinking of Twitter from things thing here pretty quick. It wants to give me, I for dinner, that sounds, they gave you ice cream and yogurt immediately after. Wow. I'm kind of jealous, but it was a long time ago, so I'll get over it. Well, it's trying to push the X gonna give it to you update. I'm not talking about a browser, I'm talking about device app. It wants to change the logo. And I'm like, if you see something with a black X on my phone, I'm deleting it. I'm just not going to engage with it. We're back in 30. It's so stupid.
So, about a mile and a half away from us, under a literal railway siding, there is what is referred to as a gentleman's club. And
we didn't have time to unpack all that anyway.
And I think it's called the Salamander Lounge or something.
It's called Medusa.
Medusa.
Yes.
Oh, of course. And the railway literally passes over the top. It is by no means a high-end establishment. I'm not judging the industry or anyone who works in it. You do what you got to do, but this place looks like it lost.
This particular establishment does not serve.
Its logo and font looks extraordinarily like X.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just sorry, I'm not going to do it. I'm starting to really question whether or not I want to spend any time on social media at all. It's just, there's a lot of people that I'm going to lose even casual contact or updates from without it.
I'm just patiently doing the Blue Sky transfer, and Blue Sky is about 70% as functional as Twitter was.
Yeah.
And about 30% as active, as opposed to Mastodon, which is a fucking wasteland.
Oh yeah, that's because there was a more Twitter-like substitute, and everybody left Mastodon.
I do not understand Mastodon at all.
Well, the federated model is a thing for a particular subset of nerd.
Yeah.
And publishing is not that particular subset of nerd as a whole. So I'll admit it's been rough for me to do my silly little thing on Twitter for various reasons, right?
I'm right there with you.
So many crowdfunders are really struggling right now because there isn't a place to be with it.
I mean, I saw someone say, oh no, it's just that there's a lot of crowdfunders, and respectfully, no. I'm seeing projects which 2 years ago would have cruised to 100% funded. Probably not much more, but projects put together by sensible people who know what they need and set a valid goal, and they would have trumped along and got there.
Wendy, I'm 1000% with you. I'm like, well, if Twitter's gone, then I'm kind of struggling to do any social media at all at this point, and maybe I just won't for the rest of the year and see if that makes enough of a difference. I mean, I have Discord. Discord's wonderful, but the problem with Discords is exactly the same issue that Twitter was so good at solving, which is discoverability. The fact that you could just browse and find things. With Discords, they're all little tiny backyards.
Discord is silos, and you can travel between the silos, but you got to ask, and you got to be invited, and that's fine. But
how do you find them?
With attempting to lower the mood as little as possible, there are 1,000 reasons to be inconceivably angry with the world's stupidest, richest bigot. But arguably one of the biggest, aside from the whole bigot side of things, is the fact that his stupid, hyper-expensive midlife crisis has mutilated a half dozen, not even careers, but industries.
Yeah. People are going to have to find other ways to browse and connect. And honestly, Tumblr and then Discord seems so much better to me. Threads is a losing proposition. It is owned by Facebook. I'm not doing it.
If I wanted to be on Threads, I would walk out into the street and yell my bank balance, my bank account, and social security number.
The most divorced man in the world. I've heard that in Jack Black's voice. The most divorced man in the world! Right? Exactly. Oh, thank you for that, Naomi. That was delightful. But I know people are in low-key mourning for all the people and organizations that you can only interact with on Twitter. And I'm not...
Tweet is in the dictionary.
Yeah. Tweet is in the dictionary. And I'm sorry, I don't know what they're called on Blue Sky. Squawk.
They're called fucking tweets. That's what I fucking call them.
Exactly. I'm not calling it anything else. I'm sorry. It's already hit genericide. I'm done. It's a tweet. We're done.
Also, not for nothing, but if you want a moment of Schadenfreude, look up the absolutely dog shit new company logo that has been installed on Twitter HQ, and the fact that it strobes at night, and think for a second about the 2 full apartment blocks worth of nuisance lawsuits that bankrupt company, run by that pathetic fallacy of a man, is about to be hit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. Yes. The posting of a post on Mastodon is referred to as a toot, and I cannot take it seriously. And I think on Blue Sky it's called a squawk. And I'm like, nope, I'm not calling it that either.
I've seen people try to call it skeets, and I'm like, you need to say that out loud and think about how it feels in your mouth, and it doesn't feel good.
No. I'm just... Why are all those tech people like that?
Because they haven't been taught empathy.
Because there is an entire industry that teaches them, come in with a good idea, move fast and break things, get millions of dollars of other people's money, spend it, fail, walk away, and do it again.
I used to work for one of these people. It's a piece of shit. For that exact reason. No empathy at all.
Did you see how the lawsuit of former Twitter employees against Elon is phrased?
I did not.
I did not. I'm not keeping track of... Folks, you have to realize, I used to work in Silicon Valley. I used to work in law firms in Silicon Valley.
Did Facebook buy the office that McDermott were in, or were they just across the street?
They were across the street. Yeah, so I need to, for my own personal reasons, step the hell away from a lot of the detail. They constantly refer to themselves as tweeps. Oh, well, okay.
Yo, what up, tweeps? Oh god, that's the most middle-aged thing in the world.
Alright, weird. I can recommend you a podcast episode that summarizes. It could happen here. Okay.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Ozzy.
Lily, hi. How you doing? That's a great idea, Ozzy. Thank you for the recommendation. If you want to write that down.
Yes.
Behind the Bastards.
Okay.
It's called It Could Happen Here. There you go, since you're on a podcast kick. And because this whole unplugging from screens and reading a book in a day thing needs to happen again, because it was absolutely glorious yesterday. Robert Evans podcast. Okay.
2 whole podcasts yesterday. Admittedly, one was only 4 episodes long, but it was really fucking good.
I read more than half of that book. By the way, since we're doing recommendations, just a slight detour here before the next game of Coffee Talk. If you read N.K. Jamison's Broken Earth trilogy, if you read Rebecca Roanhorse's Black Sun, if you read the old school Gene Wolfe, it's not called Black Hole. It's called Book of the New Sun, but I always call it in my head Black Hole Sun, which it is not. That is the name of a song that has very similar vibes. If you like really... Would you please stop? We're going to get muted. Stop it, Cartman! Thank you. If you like liminal genre. So where you're like, it looks like fantasy, but that's awfully sci-fi things going on there, or it looks like sci-fi, but that's straight up magic, right? What you're doing right there, and you love dense narrative and beautiful prose and just mind-dropping concept sentences, then please pick up yourself a copy of Simon Jimenez, Jimenez, The Spear Cuts Through Water, which I picked up yesterday and read for about 10 hours. And I'm a quick reader, folks, and I got about a third of the way through this 500-page book in 10 hours. That is how dense and luxurious and rich and thick this book is, and I'm just adoring it.
Naomi, Ethics Town is next on my list, and I'm very excited.
It's really, really, really good.
Thanks.
I'm not even halfway through. I'm about a third of the way through it. I started reading some more this morning as well. But it's really, 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 really good. It has those I can't. It's got kind of some elements of. Well, I'm not going to get into it right now. I'll talk about the book for the whole thing. Maybe on Wednesday. But it's really good, and I'm enjoying it. And I kind of like that I'm reading it as slowly as I am because I'm savoring it. It feels like. This is a stupid analogy, but it feels like a really good cheese board. Like a really creative, well-paired collection of things that are all discreet but harmonious, and they're all very rich and thick and unctuous. It's really nice. I'm really enjoying it. I think a book of this volume tends to be 12 to 16 hours long as audiobook. I wouldn't want to listen to it as audiobook. Honestly, I think it would take a very talented narrator to do it in audiobook because of some of the kind of stylistic presentations that have been spent in it. But I'm enjoying reading it very slowly. It's really good. It's very good. Please enjoy it. If you want to listen to it on audiobook and you can do it in 12 hours, great. I would be constantly replaying sections of it, and I think I'm engaging with it better on prose. And see, now I want to finish it and read it and listen to it on an audiobook and see what I think about the differences. But that's a discussion for another day. We got coffee to make for people. Right, let's move on. It's really good. Simon Jimenez, The Spear Cuts Through Water. I think it was an Ignite finalist and a World Fantasy finalist, and it should have been a Hugo finalist, and I don't know why it isn't. Well, okay, maybe I do know why it isn't. The Evening Whispers, Friday, September 29, 2023. Alien sightings increase. Is this an invasion?
At least it's pretty. Researchers respond over alleged algae invasion.
Oh, great. Dwarfira Tech teams up with Golomex Industries to produce self-healing concrete technology.
Oh my god, this is a Shadowrun game.
Right? Self-healing concretes existed for a very long time. But, Golomex Industries and Dwarfira Tech. I love Dwarfira Tech. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. It,
Oh my god.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! For those of you who did that, we've not had that before, have we?
We've not had this perspective often before, and that there was not there the last time we had it. Okay,
so for those of you who watched us play Darkside Detective, i.e. McQueen and Dooley, that bear is a deep... I'm taking a screenshot.
Yeah, you can wait, Baileys.
Keeping an eye on you.
Well, by some distance, the least interested...
Keeping an eye on you, Mr. Bear! Okay, let's read our phone.
Just magnificently terrible customer
I'm very lucky
service.
to have people who's with me no matter what, and I won't take it for granted. Riona says normal schedule. You know, I got all my awesome sunglasses. Okay, he's doing sponsored content. Cute sunglasses. Don't see. It's a cute picture too. Okay, fine. You've done your sponsored content for the day. Thank you very much.
Do we have Darkside Detective in playlists?
Yes. Wendy, if you can't, can you ask Zalia or Ducky to grab? There is a playlist. Tax, I might be able to do it right now. I got a second. Hang on. Let's see if I can do this. Collections. Open a new tab. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Darkside Detective. Here we are. Where's the link? Share. Copy link. I'm talking to myself. That should be a link to the Darkside Detective collection of episodes. There are
a lot.
18 videos, it looks like. Yeah, that's the whole both games. Thank you, Wendy. Sweet. So the short answer is yes. 18 times 2 is 36. You got to spare 40 hours? Help yourself. They're all there. For folks who might not know this, Alistair picked up the first Darkside Detective game because I was in the US on business for a week and a half, and he wanted something else to play. And so I think you did Wednesday night and 2 Sunday nights of Darkside Detective.
Yep.
And we loved it so much we finished it, and then we played the second game.
It was destiny.
It was destiny, exactly. So yeah, there is a rich vein of content there for you to enjoy, Lavalish. Enjoy. All right. Hi, Bailey.
Possibly my favorite ever games.
They're really fun. Notice how we're not stopping this staring contest we're having with the bear? Bailey's about to be like, yo, I'm over here.
Oh, really? Really? This excited about having an engine. Okay.
Yeah, Wendy says my mic needs recycled. Okay. Is that any better, Wendy? Hopefully that's cycled through now. There was also some pretty loud interference coming from outside. I think so, yeah. Great.
Knock, knock. Anyone?
See? We're staring at the bear. Bailey's, hi. Sorry, I didn't hear you come in. How are you tonight?
I'm okay. You look pretty distracted. Any for your thoughts?
You can have them for free. I was just pondering the hidden side of things. How different the world is under the surface compared to what we think it is. Nothing and no one is exactly what they appear to be.
Funny, I was having similar thoughts on my way here. Guess now that we spend so much time on social media...
Hey, stop referencing my previous conversations.
People believe we can be summed up in a picture or a sentence. It's not like that. It's not that easy to know someone.
Even if that someone is yourself.
Especially if that someone is yourself.
Sounds like we agree.
We do. And it's been on my mind a lot these last few days.
I like the idea of them filling that bottom shelf with other knickknacks from other encounters. I like it. Like, see how we've got the album covers?
Yeah.
You know? Anything to do with the wedding?
Oh yeah. Got it in one.
How are things on that front?
Well, a few days ago, we decided to take some time apart to think.
Oh, that sounds a bit ominous.
No, I don't mean it like that. It wasn't a breakup. It wasn't even a break.
Oh, phew.
We've been through so much. There's no walking back on our relationship now. But sometimes you're so together that you lose sight of the big picture, you know?
I think I can see what you mean.
So we decided to give each other a bit of space.
I love you dearly. I always appreciate it when I have the house to myself on a Friday.
Okay, honey, I'm gonna go see a dog shit movie now. Hey!
Yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes you just need you time. You know, and especially when we share an office, it's like that's why I want us to have separate offices in the new house. Not.
I'm sorry if I have crowded you.
You have not crowded me, but everybody has that whole "I am going to be a caveman, leave me alone" brain space every once in a while.
Wednesday at 12:40.
Are you going to go see a movie?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be working.
Okay.
That doesn't do much for me.
Okay, I mean, you know.
We'll talk about it later.
All right, okay.
Okay, we got off on a tangent.
Okay,
sorry, Rick.
okay,
Sorry. Now Alistair's microphone is bubbly. All right. Also, unplug it for a second. And then cycle it off. Okay, now turn it back on. Minor technical difficulties. Don't plug it in yet. Yeah, you're charged. You're full, so leave it unplugged.
Hello.
All right. It's okay, Wendy. Don't worry about it. Lou and Bailey don't need to think of their relationship in sunk cost fallacy terms, though. I mean, true. Ruthie's fan is a huge kind of getting on my standing desk and staring at me. I think she needs a Batman cape.
Yeah, I think all cats do.
Right.
And figure out what we really want out of the wedding.
She should have done before you talked about having a wedding. But let's move on.
And more importantly, out of our marriage.
Marriage. I see. Any progress?
Do you want the short version, or do you want the long version?
I like the full story.
Okay then, I'm going to tell you everything. But I think I should order first.
Sure thing. What can I make you?
I'm not feeling fussy. Make a fucking change. Anything warm would do. So anything, really.
Makes sense. An herbal tea, maybe? Hibiscus, butterfly?
Butterfly pea or hibiscus sound great, with milk and honey.
Does it?
This really is optional. You can do hibiscus or blue tea with milk and honey.
Well, let's see if I like...
I really like how by this stage in the game, people are like, no, make me this with this and this.
Yeah. Have I done a butterfly pea with milk and honey? Yeah, I have a dreaming blue. Have I done a hibiscus with milk and honey? Yeah, it's called a sweetheart latte. Let's give him a sweetheart latte, I think. I like the romantic connotations of that. What is that? With milk and honey, he said?
Yeah.
What is that donut?
Inspired by our favorite drink, Di Serono Velvet Cream Liqueur, this donut is filled with coconut ganache, dipped in silky almond glaze, topped with smooth buttercream, toasted coconut, and almond butter.
Where is it from and when are we eating one?
Limited time only, donut time. So, 12:40 Wednesday. I'll bring a couple back.
That sounds fabulous. Alright, so we're going to do a sweetheart latte for him. And I don't have anything to give him, do I?
No, but Lucas needs the card.
Well, when I see. You want me to do latte art on top of that? God, please, I just messed it up.
Latte art in this economy?
No. There you go. Hope you like it.
This is so nice, and it brings me way back. You know how I'm not really in touch with my family anymore? Yes, Baileys, you've mentioned it 17 or 30 times.
Oh, that's because they're annoying, immortal bigots, so yeah, good for you. Yeah. I mean, and I'm sorry about that.
Don't be. I don't even miss them most of the time.
Hey, Dahlia. Look who showed up. Bottom left on the bookshelf. I'm sorry, wait, there's a perfect... I'm sorry. Her proper name is the Honorable Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Oh, so it's the horrible bear from Darkside Detective. It's moved. It's following us. I'm sorry, Bailey. Long drawn out story, and the beginning of this scene, you just barely missed it. We were making eye contact with the bear and wouldn't talk to Bailey.
Like, hey! By the way, that is the single use case for an NFT I would be okay with.
The bear?
Where you just buy that and the bear randomly turns up in the back of an entirely different game and just looks at you.
Just barely missed it.
Oh!
Thank you.
Oh, well played.
Okay, I now hereby challenge you and any artists or game designers listening to this stream, if you're going to build a game or do a piece of art with a big background, you have to just randomly insert this fucking big bear and not tell anybody why.
Oh, it's on. It's on.
It is so on.
In the end, they're just a random bunch of people.
Oh my god. No! Are people getting buried away? Oh. Ginsburg, a guinea pig owned by a McElroy family member. It can always show up in that thing you're writing, 100%.
And we don't have very much in common. It's good.
It's good that you've learned that about yourself, Bailey.
I think so too. There's just one person I miss, but I've been missing her a while now.
Someone who passed, I'm guessing?
Exactly. Spot on again, bro. I used to have a very close relationship with my great-great-aunt. When I was little, my parents fought all the time. I still remember in my bones how that made me feel. The fear that one of them, or both of them, would just leave and abandon me. Which is a bit ironic in hindsight, but it was a very long time ago.
I mean, it is normal to care about your parents when you're a kid, no matter who they are or how they behave.
That's true. Anyway, I spent almost all my evenings curled up into a ball in my room. And trying really hard not to listen to all of the shouting. Except when my gran came to visit.
Right?
Not that her being around prevented the fighting. Mind you, Elven High Society is so very, very good at keeping up appearances. Except in front of family. But she got how it made me feel. So she went out of her way to take the sting out of it. She would keep me company, and she would bring me a cup of herbal tea. With milk and honey.
I don't think I've ever had herbal tea with milk and honey.
Me neither.
I don't tend to put milk in herbal tea.
That would feel like floral on top of floral on top of floral for me, but...
I don't like it.
Drinking this now, with you, feels a lot like family again.
Aww. It sounds like she was really perceptive.
She truly was one of the best, until she got sick.
Oh no. How did that happen? I thought elves don't really get sick.
See, now that's a part of elven disinformation. Elves don't get sick with your little run-of-the-mill cold. But they do get big bad diseases, just like everybody else. And it's not uncommon for us to die from them. Except there's this assumption in elven society that if you live the right sort of life, you'll pass away peacefully in your bed.
You'll diminish and go into the wet?
Yeah. So that's what families say most of the time when someone dies. Incidentally, it also means they need to pretend everything is fine until the very last moment.
Oh man, you had a rough childhood, Bailey.
Yeah, he did. So that's what they did to my aunt. They basically shut her in during her last few weeks.
That sounds really awful.
I managed to visit her, and she put on a brave face, but she was not happy. And she wasn't very happy before that either.
I'm really glad she had you.
Must have been little consolation, but yes, I'm glad I was able to be with her. Oh, to think I came very close to being trapped with those people. I'm pretty sure she would have hated that for me. Little part of me hopes she would be proud of me right now.
I'm positive she would be.
Thanks, Brie. Here you are, let me blab on again.
than I am a bear.
I'm just like, fucking bear.
It's more than fine, but do you think growing up around conflict might explain why things are, well, a bit difficult for you and Lua to work out sometimes?
Oh, I definitely think that's part of it.
How's your therapist, Bailey?
In fact...
Silver! And Amanda!
Good evening. Hey, Bree.
Oh, it's your turn to be three voices.
Yeah.
You didn't
Here
either.
we go. And hi, I don't think we've met before. Hello, I'm Silver. I'm Bailey's. Nice to meet you. And I'm guessing you're Amanda? We are, but you do not appear to be a hive. How did you... Lua told me she ran into you a week or so ago. Oh, the nice earthling we met on our first night here. That is a satisfactory explanation. And so, are you her date? I'm a little more than that. I'm her fiancé. Truly? Fiancé is a successful outcome of dates with a 0.013p probability. Congratulations on your excellent odds actualization. Thank you. How, Cafe Offspring? We are wishing for... No, now, Cafe Offspring, we are wishing for a drink.
Cafe Offspring. Cafe Offspring.
Cafe Offspring. Cafe Offspring? How did you acquire that new title? Alright, sounds like something I possibly shouldn't prod too hard on. Never mind me. You were about to order, Amanda. We were. And what we wish for is a memorable parting experience.
I suspected something like that. Last visit in a while, huh?
That is accurate.
So she's leaving. Does that mean you've completed your Earth research?
Almost. We are quite satisfied with the outcomes of our missions.
Interesting. That sounds like there's a story there. But first, what sort of drink experience are you after?
We wish to have something we have never had before.
Time to get creative then.
Yes, take care not to reuse any ingredient you may have served us in the past.
Alright, so help me out on this one here. Because I don't know what it is I've served her in the past that I haven't served now. Okay, a hibiscus latte. Alright, hibiscus milk and milk. What about if I did hibiscus mint and milk? Have we served Amanda mint in the past? I can't. I know, right, Ozzy? That's what I'm starting to struggle with as well. I'm feeling like there should be some sort of like drink diary app that keeps track of what I've served to people before. But let's do this hibiscus latte, and since we know that's successful. It's a little bland. Here, Amanda. I'll even try making latte art. Just for you. No, no. We will not be doing latte art, thank you. Here we go. This is a hibiscus latte. Hopefully it tastes new to you. Let's see.
It does.
Alrighty. Did I get a new... Bailey's has gone full friends now. New photo, which is nice. So who do I not have full friends with? Gayla, how dare you. Rachel's not been back in here. Georgie. Aqua's Lucas, Rona.
That thing is a lie. Lucas is a golden retriever who loves everyone permanently and completely the second he meets them. it is at least 56.941% different from anything else we have experienced. We are, as Earthlings would express, delighted.
And Silver looks very happy.
According to our calculations, this is our 39,846th new experience since arriving on Earth.
Well, somebody's keeping track.
That's quite a lot. Perhaps. However, most of them were of rather insignificant in nature.
Oh? How does this one rank?
Oh, this one is in the 99th percentile of significance.
Lucas, is this universe the Askir and you can't convince me otherwise?
Yes, he is.
Yes, that is correct.
Is that good or bad? Oh, she means it's very significant. Right, Amanda? Very much so. We enjoyed this place, and we will miss it.
What? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little emotional. Anyway, I trust the agent gave you no more trouble?
That one was quite close, actually. We had a little brush with the you see.
Toss a coin to your mansion, oh City of Emerald. Oh, that's a nice. Well done, Ozzy.
Yeah, Lua mentioned that. He made her really angry. She was still seething when she came home that day. Please tell her I'm grateful for that. Well, that agent kept looking into things even after his second visit here. But that's where your help really came in handy, Brie.
My help?
Yes, the card that you got off the agent, we asked for help from an associate to run it through the mind you call computer. Once the contents of the card had been unveiled, we analyzed the language of its communication, which is quite an interesting mix, by the way, if we may say so. It is roughly 60.0923% syntax and 39.9077% recurring mathematics. We then led a polynomial time attack on its encryption and expressing the ciphertext as, the point is, Amanda managed to get into the fire system. She obfuscated all mentions of any of us or save beyond recognition. And some totally legitimate orders came in to send the agents to Europe on an urgent mission, which should last more than long enough for him to forget all about us. Oh, that sounds incredible.
That sounds thrilling.
It was a very simple matter of applying hive knowledge.
Be that as it may, that's really great work, Amanda.
We are pleased. Amanda is amazing. But let's not forget who got the card in the first place. You really helped us there, Brie. Thank you.
Fight the power. I'm very glad to hear that, and also very relieved.
Yes, we have thought on it for a while, and
we've just earned a trophy called 40,075 kilometers.
We have decided we do not care for that sort of excitement. Not if it makes our siblings so sad.
Yes, we're obviously implicitly trusting Bailey's to talk about a government hack, right?
So anyway, we're aliens, so we just hacked an entire intelligence agency.
You're starting to get the hang of emotions, aren't you, Amanda?
Thank you, Offspring. If that is the case, we are content.
I'm a little concerned that they keep referring to us as Offspring.
Mom? That means our mission is well and truly accomplished. Did you come here specifically to pick up Earthling emotions? No, we came here for the purposes of general Earthling research, but it appears to us now that emotions are one of its most interesting aspects. You will be submitting a, you call it, academic paper. Uncontrolled stimuli and reflexive neural patterns, deep-level communication in hive versus non-hive species. Wow. That's how you know it's serious research. I don't even understand the title.
No, you know it's serious research because it has a short pithy name with a colon and then a very long scientifically descriptive name.
Fuck pigs, reproductive habits in porcine animals, exactly. That kind of thing.
It has a colon. That's what makes it... Exactly. Folks, capitalism is exerting itself, so let us take 2-3 minutes here real quick so that we can pay proper attention to Amanda's sign-off when we return.
want more of the coffees?
No.
I'm bringing you the coffees.
I don't want more of the coffees. I think just a little stretch would be a very wise idea for me. I already have my standy uppy, so that's good.
This is how fucking clown shoes it is. Look at the dashboard, it's the Twitter icon.
Ugh.
Look at the desktop, it's the X icon.
Yeah. No. No. I'm not gonna have that app.
Live
On
in
my
La Vida,
phone.
dickhead.
Oh. I think it's time to say goodbye. The only thing I
No worries,
really...
Wendy.
Huh?
Wendy just said it's raining, so she's just nipping off to close some windows.
No problem. I'm just gonna get up and stretch for a second. It is not currently raining here, but it sure looks like it wants to here pretty quick.
Hey, Bonsai, how you been?
Say what?
Bonsai's arrived.
Oh, nice.
And I somehow still have strawberries.
You better fix that.
Would you
Or
like
I'm
some?
gonna fix it for you. I'm just taking a little stretch.
Strawberry?
No, I will not eat your strawberries. Otherwise I will eat all the strawberries.
A random book on St. Kilda. Amazing.
What about St. Kilda?
Bonsai found a random book on the island of St. Kilda.
Sweet. We've got about a minute for the ad break to finish. Just Naomi making us all more sensitive to the presence of anything anything St. Kilda related, right?
Anything remotely Kilden.
Kilden in nature. You know what I'm convinced is going to happen? You got to pan back all the way to the side of the screen, and the bear's going to be gone. Yep. I'm calling it now. 4 submissions taken in by a local and 1 submission. Oh, convention schedule.
Nice. 4 taken by a local con. Nicely done.
Okay, what kind of submissions? Is this like artwork or? All right. Here we go. You about done?
Nearly. I'm actually kind of amazed that Bailey's aunt wasn't at the market.
Might have been.
You think she might have been the elf that was killed?
Don't. No, that doesn't seem to. Program submissions, mostly lectures on pop culture stuff. Nice.
Cool. I'm back.
Okay.
Amanda always was the brains of the family.
But that wasn't your only mission, Amanda, right? If you're leaving, does that mean...
Yes. Pearl and I did go out on a date. Right, you're looking for love, aren't you? I am. I was. I think. I think I may have found it.
Oh, yay! Good for Silver.
Wait, wasn't the first date like a really short time ago? Just a couple of days. But I've been waiting a while, and I really think this might be it. When I took this mission from the Hive, when I came to Earth, and during this entire process, when I just changed and changed and changed, what I was hoping was that someone would see me for who I am. And I really think she does. That's so great, but I'm curious, doesn't being in a hive provide that experience of feeling seen? It does, and it does not. And in fact, we hope that is something our research might improve. The hive sees thoughts and desires honestly, but it is not able to communicate the reasons for those desires. The emotions, as it were. We do not dwell on those, nor will we start to do so in excess. But it seems to us now that they may be worth conveying. At least to some extent. Yes, what Amanda said is a part of it. I was very unaware of my emotions when I first came to Earth. And I was really very bad at communicating them clearly to others. In some ways, I still am. It will always be harder for me to grasp them than for most people. But when I started to understand them, I was both fascinated and honestly scared. Which is not an uncommon experience, I think. It's really not. It requires a good deal of courage to look at your emotions, honestly. It certainly requires some time. And even more time to find someone who can look at them with you. Not get scared and take them as they are. Someone who can see you clearly and kindly.
I hope we get to meet Pearl next time.
I have a suspicion about Pearl. I think Pearl might be the cat.
Really?
I think Pearl might be the kitten.
Oh, that would be amazing.
It is a precious thing when that happens, huh? A rare and beautiful thing. Has that been your experience with Lua? Oh, it definitely has. I almost forgot how much it mattered, too. I'm lucky that I have good friends who reminded me of that.
Stares at bartender.
So, sorry.
So does that mean you and Lua are heading towards answers?
Oh, the heck with it. I can't hold my tongue any longer. I'm sorry to interrupt your goodbyes, you guys, but, Bree, I'd like to officially invite you to a little surprise ceremony. Look at her face. Look at Amanda's face.
Oh, Amanda's adorable.
Which will take place 3 days hence.
Okay, so that's some answers?
Yeah. Taking a little time to think really cleared our heads.
Yes, go ahead and have a ceremony. That's fine. That's good.
We gotten bogged down in the details and in our own insecurities, to be honest, and so we decided to make it simple again. No fuss, no massive expense, nothing like that. Just us and our closest family members. Whether we got them at birth or chose them ourselves.
Aww. I am very touched, Bailey. Thank you.
Ah, come on, Bree. You know you mean a lot to the two of us, as does this place.
And it's the only place we animated, so we're gonna have it here.
Speaking of which...
Uh-huh.
I also have Hyde's invitation.
Nice.
Well, Hyde and Gala's invitation, seeing how that's his obvious +1.
We just earned an achievement entitled Guest of Honor. Unofficial ants, right?
Would you give it to them when you see them?
It would be an honor.
Silva and Amanda, I don't have a card for you, but you're in the cafe family as well, so I am sure Lua won't mind. Would you like to join us for the party? A party? This is our first experience being invited to a party. It is 99.999% pleasant. And 0.001% disappointing that we have to refuse. Yes, I truly appreciate the offer, Baileys. But sadly, we're leaving Seattle tomorrow.
Really? That's more sudden than I expected. Are you going back to space then, Amanda?
Not yet. We are going on an adventure. That sounds very exciting. It really is. Amanda and I are taking a trip through the country.
I want postcards.
And maybe even a bit further, if we have time. We're basically going to be tourists. Tourist is such a fascinating concept. Although our sibling explained it to us multiple times, we still find it very hard to comprehend. We always thought that traveling must have a mission, a purpose. But it seems that tourism is traveling with no other purpose than to travel. Which is in essence circular reasoning. It may well be, but it's still a lot of fun. In fact, I'd say that's the real purpose of tourism. To have fun, to relax, to see beautiful things. Enjoy life, you know? Enjoyment as a purpose. That is new to us, but we are 99.999% excited to try it out. So am I. I've never been out of Seattle, not since I arrived. I guess I was afraid I wouldn't be able to blend in. I would have to restart everything from scratch. But knowing that you're here, Bryn, I always have a place to return to where I will feel home. Well, that makes me a lot less nervous.
I'm very happy to hear that. That's very nice.
I think I should order a drink.
Yeah, of course. What can I make for you?
I would like it to reflect the spirit of our upcoming adventure. But I'm also in the mood for something sweet and soothing.
Sweet and soothing with an adventurous kick.
Yes, that's exactly right.
How about some hot chocolate with something extra to make it fun? Sweetness and spice. Let's see. Chocolate, honey, and ginger was about my guess here.
Yeah.
So, chocolate, ginger, and honey?
Chocolate, ginger, and honey.
Alright. There we go. Ginger, honey, chocolate. That does not seem right.
Hold on. Chocolate, honey, and ginger.
Okay, let's try the other way around. So, chocolate, honey, and ginger. There we go. I got the honey and ginger backwards. 299-792-458. That isn't. Look at the little rocket ship and the background that looks like the Grand Canyon and the little space thing and the, oh my gosh, that's so cute.
It's the speed of light.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. That's adorable. I don't have anything to give them, do I?
No, you have the wedding invite for the boys and the business card for the other boy.
Right, okay. I don't know why I have to give Lucas her contact information if they've already been on the phone together, but whatever. I know, I really like it when the drinks look like the mood of what the customers respect. It's
right.
Really nice.
I love that.
Here we go. Here you go. 299-792-458 for a Lightspeed Traveler. Fast to make, fast to drink, and the best start to light year guided adventures. Oh, I love it.
That is very cool, Wendy. Oh, we like this name. It is evocative and adventurous. Evocative? Yes, is the speed of light not evocative of great adventures? The speed of light. Oh, wow. Way to target your audience, Brain.
Thank you. Do you like how it tastes, Silver?
I love it. This is exactly what I wanted. It's got the spicy kick of ginger to start with, and it keeps you on your toes, and then the honey makes it sweet and comfortable. In fact, reminds me of you, Amanda. How does a taste remind you of us? I guess he's saying that you're sweet, but with a strong character as well. That's about right. We did not entirely comprehend it, and yet, we are pleased.
The game is being very wholesome today. It's very sweet. Yes, agreed. Well, that's settled then. Whenever you, Miss Amanda Silver, you can come here and I'll make you this drink.
I'd like that. Thank you, Brady. Whoa, careful there. You don't want to spill a drink you enjoy this much.
What was that?
What was that? You're right. I'm just so excited. You can barely sit still. You can imagine the first trip across the country is a big deal. It is. But that's not the only reason I'm excited. Yeah, when we pan left, the bear's going to be gone. You know that, right?
I know that.
Okay, that was quite the dramatic pause. I really want to know what you're going to say now. You guys seem to lead really interesting lives. Oh, not at all. I think I'm quite a boring person.
With a secret society and an alien background.
True that some of my life circumstances are a bit unusual, but this particular thing is very commonplace. Our sibling is excited because his date will be joining us.
Oh, we get to meet Pearl.
And in fact, we must be fair and acknowledge that we may have misjudged her based on her lack of facial symmetry.
The cat. Lack of facial symmetry. It's bichromial.
Bichromic. It's the kitty.
Yeah, maybe it is the kitty!
Although Pearl's features are 9.231% different from left to right, we agree with her movie analysis 99.999%.
Wow, hold on. Amanda, you've met Pearl and you talked about movies? And now she's going to join you on a holiday. How did that happen?
We watched Orc Westerns all together last night. Pearl likes them a lot as well. You don't exactly sound thrilled. Yeah, fortunately she also likes space travel operas. No, I see. Learning carpool compromises the hard way. I suppose so.
Well, I'm glad to hear that she's met Amanda and that they got along well. Does that mean she also knows where you're from, Silver?
She does. In fact, I told her about that on our first date. It is very brave. It's really hard to put yourself out there under any circumstances. To reveal something so vulnerable to someone you've just met and are starting to like. Ah, dude, that takes guts. You're very kind, but I don't think so. To be honest, I hadn't planned it that way. Although I have always felt safe here with all the regulars, I know that not everyone would be open-minded about me. So I wasn't sure I'd say anything to Pearl that night. But as we were talking, I was so happy to learn more about her, about who she is. And I realized that I didn't want her to have an incomplete picture of me. My past is a part of me. If my goal is to find someone who sees me for who I am, then she needs to know about that too. And in the end, that was the right decision.
Aww.
Well, I will say that if she'd heard your story, and that changed how she viewed you, then she wouldn't have been worth your time anyway. That's fair. But still, even knowing that, I admire you a lot. The truth is, and this is a bit of a strange thing to say, but I think I'm proud of who I've become.
Aww.
And I want the people I love to be proud of me too.
So sweet.
What is proud?
Thank you for that perfect voice acting.
Proud is, For yourself, I think it's when you start to be satisfied with what you're achieving. Especially if you have to fight to get there. And for others, it's when you think of someone you care about, consider who they are and the way they're acting. And it just fills you with joy. Ah, we see. Then we are definitely proud of you.
Yes, we need more plushies.
You two are so sweet.
And so are you and Miss Lua, Bailey.
Yeah, true. Chosen families can also rock. Yes, when we met Pearl, we came to a conclusion. There is no difference in nature or expression between a family that you are born with and a family that you acquire by choice.
Aww.
I don't have friends. I have acquired family. Both demand work and understanding. There may be minute differences in the specific process, but the bond appears to be 99.99% similar in the end. So it is.
Oh, look at Amanda's happy face!
Well, we should probably get going. Yes, we must. Go pack. First time I see someone get excited about that specific part.
Bailey's, I take my suitcases out a week before I pack for something.
We have
I have
a
pre-packing rituals. Don't talk to me about excited about packing. I need time to pack and then change my mind and then repack. Thank you.
What Amanda really means is that I must pack, while she analyzes the Earthling rituals of folding shirts, rolling up socks, and so on. Precisely. This is further information for our research.
Right, Wendy? Nested packing lists? I am literally packing in a week for vacation and already getting anxiety from it. I'm looking forward to you having a vacation, Ozzy, and I'm sorry you were experiencing anxiety about packing. But to be fair, my pre-pack ritual is take suitcase out, open suitcase. Over the course of the next week, as I think about, hey, I should probably pack that, pick up said thing and throw it on the suitcase.
It's honestly
then when it comes to packing, empty it all out, make sure I actually need it, add the other things that I forgot, and then put it back in the suitcase.
We're sitting on the sofa, and to our immediate left, there is a small kind of, I believe the technical term is poof.
It's an ottoman.
It's an ottoman, and that's where the suitcase lives.
Yeah. Wendy says, oh no, Laura says, I have nested packing lists, but that's mostly my way of procrastinating instead of actually packing. Yes, I hear that, Laura.
We are thrilled.
Good luck, Silver.
Indeed. Do enjoy your trip, both of you. I hope you'll tell us about it when you're back, Silver. Oh, I will. Good night to you two, then. Hasta la vista, strangers! What?
Or questions.
Bye to you too.
No, he's still there! It's still there! Okay.
There is never a dull moment in your cafe, Brie.
I try. Speaking of which, are you going to have some kind of after party for your wedding and you want to hold it here? I know it's not a large space, but...
Whether we'd like it? We'd love it. Honestly, I didn't want to impose. But there's no place that could be a better fit. And I don't mind that it's not very large. It's going to be a small, cozy wedding. So this is perfect.
It's settled then.
Lua's going to be over the moon when I tell her about this arbitrary decision I've made with no consultation. In fact, I'm going to go and tell her now.
It's a very exciting prospect.
It really is. Thanks again, Brie. You're like a guardian angel for us.
I mean, I get called a lot of things, so I'll just add that one to the list.
And on that note, I'm off. Good night. Kind of like how Bailey's just hits the chill the fuck out wall so hard.
We're like a guardian hive mind. Good night, Bailey.
You fucking bear.
We have time to start the next day, I think. I've got a wedding invitation to deliver and contact information to share and my wife to murder and gilded a frame for
You're
it.
slammed.
I'm swamped. 3 days, right? So Saturday, you're gonna have a Monday wedding? Rude. Okay. I hope Pearl shows up in person.
2XX20 virus vaccine booster ready for distribution.
Nekomimi driver crashes truck filled with catnip, suspected DUI. UFO previously spotted by Space Guard fighters, a very determined hot air balloon.
This game predates the balloon thing by some distance.
Still there! There's something else there now as well. It's at the wedding invite. Yay! Hang on a second. I'm going to save the game. Yeah, Mondays and Tuesdays are always cheaper for weddings, for sure. Save. Looking at my phone. Good night. I told my wife that we need to embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug. Georgie posted, I told my wife that she needs to embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug.
Oh, he sucks. I love that Georgie knows he kind of sucks too.
Bring a pie. Yeah, Monday wedding sounds like a surefire way to keep it small and casual. Hello, Miss Aqua.
Hi, Bree. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, honestly, lots of things have happened. Can I order something first, though?
I love her sweater. Of course. What would you like?
Can you make me a cup of tea?
So that's tea, ginger, and cinnamon?
Perfect. Cinnamon.
In that order?
Yes.
I'm good. It kind of looks like a Pokemon sweater, doesn't it? I don't have anything to give her, do I?
No.
Here we go, one masala chai.
Oh, lovely, thank you. Oh, it's delicious.
Did I not have chai on my list already?
Apparently you did not.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. There we go, Aqua. Now you finally trust me. You're welcome. You were saying?
Oh, right. It's just I've been busy working on my game.
I see. How's it going?
It's pretty difficult, but I'll manage.
I'm glad to hear that. What's the latest on that contract you talked about the other day?
Oh, that. I rejected it, of course. There's no saving it, really, which is a shame. I truly like their games, but with all the shady requirements they have, I could tell they look down on us, small developers. And the scary thing, if I hadn't known what I know now, just because they were a publisher I loved a lot, I would have overlooked all that.
I mean, that is understandable, though. You trusted them not to take advantage of you.
Well, it has to be fair for both of us, right? Because at the end of the day, it's business. But, I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, I tried negotiating with them, because I wondered if they still had any good faith left. Don't tell Myrtle, okay?
Alright.
But as I expected, it really didn't go anywhere. Instead, they insisted they're doing me a favor, since I'm just a small developer. Yes, I 100%
think this resonates quite strongly, yes. There are many ways to, help people with this kind of information.
Thank you, Zalia. And I wasn't thinking rationally or in business terms.
Oof. That doesn't sound like good faith to me.
Oh, right, absolutely. Considering the unfair conditions they're expecting me to accept, they could have at least been polite about it.
But like you said, I doubt they actually care, right?
Yeah. That aside, Myrtle's coming here soon.
Great. Have you two patched things up?
Yes. We apologize to each other.
Nice.
I know I was probably being a little confusing. I didn't explain the context I applied to the situation very well at all, but she made it clear that she understood why I was anxious, and she apologized for assuming. That really helped. Now she's helping me speed up development.
I'm really happy to hear that. fucking love Myrtle. Yo.
Hi, Myrtle. We were just talking about you.
Okay. Nothing too terrible, I hope. Don't worry. Only the good stuff. Anyway, sorry, Bree. I'm not ordering something today.
Why?
We don't have time. We're going to the expo sale, right?
Oh, you're right.
Expo sale?
We're hunting new parts for my PC. It's been a bit slow lately.
A bit? She's broken. She's joking. It's pretty much in its death throes. If we're gonna go, we're gonna build you a whole new setup.
But
if you just want parts, I can always give you mine, but at this point, I'm not sure it's gonna be any help to y'all, to be honest.
yeah. No, you're right. It's time to move forward with the productivity. I've been putting off upgrading things for a while now, so it really is time for a better setup.
That's the spirit. Go big or go home.
Sorry, Bree. Seems like we have to go now. Thanks for the drink. I'll see you later.
Yeah, take care. Safe trip and good luck, you two.
You can screw it up and they break up.
No! How dare!
Right.
How very dare! Let's see. I guess I'll go over today's checklist. Oh, been a while. I like that. That looks like it's the wedding invitation.
It does.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, Bree. Bree.
Nice seeing you here, Hendry. It's been a while. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Good. I see you're doing good, too.
As usual.
What do you want to drink, Hendry? It's on me. No, that will not do at all. Well, let's talk about bills later.
What'll it be?
You first. You sure? Okie dokie.
Watch.
I will have one STMJ, please.
Remind me, I think that is tea.
Milk, ginger, and honey.
Milk, ginger, and honey? I don't have anything to give him. Nope. I kind of am impressed with the power of I could give this wedding invitation to somebody else.
Yeah, you want to give it to...
Of course I wanted to give it to Hyde, and I want to give it to Hyde, but I don't know if he's going to show up, so I'm probably going to give it to Gala.
Yeah, I think you need to give it to Gala.
One STMJ.
Oh, it smells so nice. Spot on. Thank you, Bree.
You're very welcome. How about you, Bree? Not Bree, Gala.
Oh, it's my turn. Something with ginger, please.
Of course. Anything else?
Well, what would you recommend? Anything from your new tea line is fine. Ooh, I see you have a new selection.
Yeah, I now have blue pea and hibiscus tea.
Hibiscus, You should try Te Jahe Rosella. It's pretty good for this kind of weather. Sound familiar? It's ginger steeped with roselle buds, another name for hibiscus. Is there anything else in it? Well, it's a bit sweet. Interesting. I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. Te Jahe Rosella, please.
So it's going to be hibiscus,
Ginger.
ginger, and honey, right?
Yep. That is going to have some punch to it.
Yeah, really.
And give him the wedding invite.
Alright. Also, have this for you. Well, technically it's for Hyde, but I might as well give it to you.
What's this?
Oh! It's Bailey and Lua's wedding invitation.
Really?
For Hyde.
Oh.
Just so you know, the date is really soon. Could you pass it along to him, since I'm not sure when he'll be here next?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Thank you. And here's your tea.
Thank you.
What do you think? Oh, sorry.
What do you think, Henry? Does it look any good?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it looks about right. Smells good, too. Try it. Oh, yes. Yes, that is good.
Whew, glad I passed the test.
So, what's been going on? Did I miss anything? Something happened, didn't it? Well, you could say that. You get an achievement called Impromptu Bouncer.
If you what?
If you fail to give Hyde the invite, you will unlock an achievement called Unsolicited Bouncer.
So are you supposed to wait till Hyde actually makes an appearance, or are you supposed to give it to
You're supposed to give it to
Gayla? Okay.
I think the officer is coming too, by the way.
Alright.
As for me, I'm just glad my fury's over.
How are you doing? Are you okay?
I'm fine, as you can see. How are you managing, Henry? Did you ever get that checkup? I did. Rachel pestered me to get it done all week, so I had to do it. Good. There's no doubt I need to slow down. I can feel it in my bones. Time's a harsh mistress. Ain't that the truth? But I don't think you get to complain, though. Why not? You know my body isn't what it used to be anymore.
Right? And we've got the old hanging out.
Old? I mean, compared to my prime. 50 years ago. I'm kidding. Truth is, my body doesn't hold up well when I'm transformed anymore. Oh, is that so? Yep. Soreness doesn't go away as quick as it used to. It's harder to get up in the morning after all that. Like today. I know the feeling all too well. Especially in this kind of weather. Oh, it's like my body knows if a storm is going to get worse. No weather forecast can match the accuracy of my joints.
Hush now.
Hey.
Yes, olds. Mm-hmm. Well, ginger's supposed to be great for sore muscles.
Yeah.
There's Georgie. And the bear! I'm watching the bear.
You live in Seattle, guys!
Baby, move!
Hey, folks.
This might actually be a very good place to stop for the evening.
It would be.
I'm like, you ready for 3 voice challenge? Here we go. I'm gonna save the game really quick. Right? We have the old man club here.
Kids today, they don't got no respect.
Right. So, this seems like a pretty good place for us to stop. You can pick up with Old Man Club in 2 weeks. Because next weekend, we will not be around. We are actually headed up north to Alistair's adopted little sister's wedding. So we will be out of town for the upcoming weekend.
Up to Winterfell.
Up to Winterfell, yes. Well, not quite. We're not going to York. We're going to Manchester. But we're headed north.
Up to Outer Winterfell.
Winterfell suburb.
Little Winterfell on the Vale.
Are you really?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Are you done? Do you want to try for another one?
No, I think a peak with Little Winterfell on the Vale.
Is that a Peak District joke? Okay.
It is now.
All right, let's move on. So, a dog, a cat, and a cop in a coffee shop, right? Exactly. It almost writes itself. So, yes, we will not be here with you next week, folks. We will be, no, do not run an ad. How dare you? How dare you engage in one more capitalism? We will be off into the north.
We're doing Wednesday as normal.
We will be streaming on Wednesday night as normal. The chat elected another game they would like us to play. We still haven't made that selection, but I think we're going to do Hob Sparrow, which is a little adventure, point-and-click adventure.
M.R. James crossed with LucasArts video games, basically.
Exactly. But that is the front runner for what we're going to do on Wednesday nights. And then we'll be off next weekend. And then Full Lid will go out on Friday like usual because I just won't sleep on Thursday night. That's fine. But we'll get it all done. And I think that's what's coming up for us this next week. What other games are on your to be considered list? I would have to go and look. There was... I can't remember right now.
I've got it to hand. 1 minute.
Hold on. Alistair is loading it.
Loading.
There are other questions. What was that called? Viewfinder?
Viewfinder.
Which is this neat, like, you take pictures of different perspectives and use them as... You use perspectives like plot twisty things. Ollie, I think, was playing this one as well.
Pentiment.
Pentiment is also on the list.
Frank and Drake.
Red String Clubs.
Red String Club. Killer Frequency. The Banished Vault. And The Excavation of Hobbs Barrow.
I think The Excavation of Hobbs Barrow is the one we're probably going to start with because, to be honest, we've been doing so many interviews and voice acting that our voices are a little tired.
A voiced game sounds decadent and luxurious.
So maybe engaging in a voiced game for a while might make a pleasant little change for a bit. So, yeah, we have quite the list, actually. And I think the other nice thing about Hobbs Barrow is it might be quite discreet and short.
I'm also looking this up. 1 moment.
Okay. Total gameplay?
Hell no.
By all means, throw another recommendation in the chat, Ozzy. We keep kind of a running list of stuff to consider.
Exclamation.
And it has... Shoko's one of the voice actors, which is why we were like, yay! Friends talking.
Completionist is 7 hours, so conservatively given that it's us.
So that'll be 10 to 14. 10. So that's... What, 5 sessions? Yeah. Short game. It's called Say No More. Another short and voice acted game called Say No More. That sounds like something I might need to investigate for personal reasons.
Say No More is the world's first NPG, no-playing game. Play as an intern with a burning desire to say no to everything and everyone. Customize your character, say no in different styles and languages, clap back at me and colleagues, and change the world.
That sounds brilliant.
That sounds amazing.
Thank you very much, Wendy, for adding it to the list. So, yep, that's what's going to go on for the next week. We'll have a game on Wednesday nights, and then the Full Lid will come out on Friday, and then we will be away for the weekend, back the following Wednesday. Oh, he's on Steam sale right now. Well, I have to go pick something for us for Wednesday, so
and
I might...
has quite strong-looking Katamari vibes, actually.
Really? Let me see the screen. Let me see. All right, we'll pop the trailer up when we're done watching. How's that sound? Because I am engaging in screens today. I was not engaging in screens yesterday, but I am engaging in screens today, for it is the day of the paying of bills. Exactly. But I think that's everything. Can you think of anything else coming up this week that we want to tell folks about? I think that's good. Do you have any other podcast appearances that have spontaneously Partheno-generated? Shelterwood is crowdfunding.
Yep, Shelterwood's crowdfunding. It's the last few days, and like everything, it's really struggling. So if you could help out on that, if you have the capacity, that would be fantastic. Currently waiting on scripts from a bunch of stuff, and I owe scripts to a couple of people, so it's kind of in a record rather than audition phase at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think you need to be auditioning for anything more for this year. I think
there's like a couple of things for the rest of the year.
I still think you've got a pretty big plate.
I think I have to. Given that 3 months ago I was like, you know what, if I get 12 shows this year, then that would be nice. And it's 16, so... Yeah,
I gotta count again at some point. It's getting ridiculous again, folks. Right, and I think that's everything. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. I've been Alistair.
I've been Marguerite.
And that bear was not there when we started the session. We'll see you next time.
Keeping an eye on you, bear.